Hey everybody, this is GGB. We're getting into the Super Bowl, guys. I hope you're as excited as I am for a Super Bowl. Super Bowl time. We're going to see who's the best conference. We got the Pac-12 Football Team going up against the Big Ten Bengals. Pac-12 won an absolute thriller against the SEC in overtime. I kind of expected SEC Big Ten this year. We have yet to get an SEC Big Ten Conference championship, even though they're the 1-2 seeds every year, which is kind of crazy to me. But Pac-12 has reached their first Super Bowl, which is kind of insane as well. The 6th seed has reached the Super Bowl before them. The Big Ten Bengals, by the way, I'd like to mention as a fact, by the way, the Nick Bosa thing. Nick Bosa got hurt in about the third quarter of the Big Ten Bengals game, and we did not see him return. So I flipped a coin, and unfortunately it was tails. I determined that heads was going to be one game, which would have been that one game, and then tails was going to be 2 games, which was this game, and it was the end of the season. So unfortunately they lose Nick Bosa. By the way, Unique Ngakoue is going to be the guy that replaces him. It was either him or Ndamukong Suh, but Unique Ngakoue had a little bit better stats. The coin tip, I don't know who won, but Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady, guys. We get Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady, a matchup we have yet to see in this Super Bowl. Super Bowls we've seen Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson versus, I believe, Dak Prescott, and then I believe Lamar Jackson versus Patrick Mahomes last year. And this year, we're going to get some... we're going to get some Aaron Rodgers versus Tom... I don't know. I swear to God, I set Johnny Hecker up to kick this away. I don't know. I feel like... Yeah, it is Johnny Hecker. I don't know why they keep showing Nick Folk, but... Yeah, I fixed a little bit things about the big Pac-12 too. The ACC was a little bit screwed up having their punter kick last week. I don't know if you noticed this, but the punts weren't exactly the greatest in the world, which was confusing to me because your punter was Johnny Hecker, and Johnny Hecker is one of the best punters in the entire league. But it turns out Johnny Hecker was not starting at punter. That would be Nick Folk. So Nick Folk trying to kind of carry Delhousie Cave in the special teams department. But yeah, Johnny Hecker's back, and you're going to get some better kickoffs, too, because he's a kickoff specialist as a 90-something instead of Nick Folk, who was an 80-something. So, yeah, the kickoff is off by Johnny Hecker. It's going to land in the front of the end zone. It's going to be returnable by Stephon Diggs. He's going to bring it up to about the 23-yard line before he's gang tackled. And, yeah, guys, I hope you're ready for an possibility of a really, really great football game. Obviously, there's a possibility also the Big Ten runs away with this. But the Pac-12 has a lot to play for here. I think it's also kind of interesting that we actually have a possible Super Bowl. Like, this is a Super Bowl that is technically speaking possible. Football team versus the Bengals. Last year was the Big 12 49ers versus, I believe, the ACC Buccaneers. So it wasn't exactly possible. But this year, we actually get a possible one, which is kind of crazy. 2 tight ends set. Under center is Tom Brady. They didn't lose anyone on offense. That's a great thing. Under center is Tom Brady. Play action to Jonathan Taylor. Tom Brady has all day to sit back there. Literally days. He fires it deep. That's going to be incomplete. Actually intercepted. Oh, the bounce off goes straight into the arms of Jordan Poyer. And Jordan Poyer sets up Aaron Rodgers in excellent field position. Tom Brady trying to throw it up there, trying to thread the needle there. And it does not go well, and the deflection causes it to go straight into the arms of Jordan Poyer. Jordan Poyer makes a great play, gets to the 37-yard line, and Aaron Rodgers has some excellent field position to start the game. They start the game with out getting the ball, and they basically get the ball way better field position than you could ever really hope for. 37-yard line. And onto the field comes Aaron Rodgers. And this offense has the ability to be great. It's struggled at certain times. Shotgun for Aaron Rodgers. You take the snap. They bring a blitz. He fires it. It's going to be caught by Christian McCaffrey. And I'm kind of interested to see how Christian McCaffrey does this game. Because he struggled mightily against the FCS Division 2, Division 3 Packers. And then he struggled mightily against the SEC Giants. And I'm kind of interested to see how he's going to do against the Big Ten Bengals. Because last game, Dalvin Cook struggled mightily to get anything going on the ground game. So we'll see. Shotgun for Aaron Rodgers. CMC lineup beside him. They're going to hand off to Christian McCaffrey. He does not have anywhere to run with that ball, and he's going to get tackled for no gain. And this is kind of what I'm going to expect for most of the running game with Christian McCaffrey. He had really nowhere to go there. But it brings up a 2nd and 10. And I'm kind of interested. Christian McCaffrey has he can be used in the passing game, which is interesting that he's not being because it's the football team and they have Antonio Gibson normally. Shotgun for Aaron Rodgers. It's a screen, and he's going to get hit while trying to attempt that screen. It's an incomplete pass. Brings up a 3rd and 10. 95 coming up, making a big-time play. I don't know. I think that's maybe T.J. Watt, maybe. I think T.J. Watt was coming from that side. So shotgun, 3rd and 10, big 3rd and 10. Otherwise, you got to kick the field goal with Nick Folk. Takes the snap, 4-man rush. He scrambles straight into the sack. T.J. Watt absolutely floors him. And that's going to be a 4th and 14. It's going to be about a 44-yard kick for Nick Folk. And honestly, it wasn't bad offensive line play by David Bakhtiari. And honestly, that's going to be probably one of the more interesting matchups of the day is T.J. Watt going up against David Bakhtiari. You have one of the best pass rushers in the league going up against one of the best offensive tackles in the league. So this is going to be kind of interesting. But Nick Folk out there to kick an early field goal. And these are just gifted points. Justin Herbert out there to hold. The kick is up, and it is good by Nick Folk. And they take a 3-0 early lead in this ball game. And a big turnover results in some points at least for the Pac-12. Both offensive hasn't looked exactly great here early on. Obviously, the first Big Ten play was an interception, so I don't know how much to judge them on that. But first possession, they get a first down. First drive, they get a first down, and then have to kick a field goal after some loss of yardage. But yeah, this has a possibility of being a really good defensive matchup, has a possibility of being a really good offensive matchup, and I just think I love watching two great quarterbacks duke it out. We never got a Super Bowl between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady in real life, and this is making up for it here. Returnable by Stephon Diggs. He's going to bring it up to about the 25-yard line before he goes to the ground. And back onto the field comes Tom Brady, guys. Tom Brady coming off a big mistake. Obviously, I think what the interesting thing is it looked like there's really going to be almost no pressure on Tom Brady this game. And honestly, the defensive line for the Pac-12 football team is not the strongest in the world. I understand. It actually is a really good defensive line with players like Eric Armstead and Cameron Jordan and Michael Pierce. Is it Michael Pierce? I don't know. Up the middle, realistically, it's a great defensive line, but offensive line for at Big Ten is something different. They're going to hand off Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's going to get tackled actually for no gain on that play. Setting the edge there is Eric Armstead doing a great job on the edge. Watch out for Eric Kendricks if you're Tom Brady, because Eric Kendricks almost single-handedly on defense carried the Pac-12 to that win. And while his hair might be super glitchy, he does a great job. Shotgun for Tom Brady. 2 tight end set once again. Looks like possibly a blitz by the Pac-12. They send Jonathan Taylor in motion. They bring a blitz, and he's able to get it out quickly. It's going to be almost to midfield of Stephon Diggs. And this is gonna be a tough one-on-one matchup for the Pac-12 in that regard. Chidobe Awuzie does make the tackle there, but yeah, it's gonna be a tough one-on-one for the Pac-12. Awuzie one-on-one with Stephon Diggs is not exactly the matchup you're begging for if you're the Pac-12. It's the matchup you're begging for if you're the Big Ten. However, though, big play on second down. Under center here is Tom Brady, 2 tight ends. Once again, they're going to hand off to the outside of Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor has a hole. He's able to get it to about the 48-yard line of the other team. 4-yard gain on that play brings up a 2nd and 6. Yeah, I think this is the possibility, again, of being a really fascinating ballgame. It could be a shootout. It could be a defensive matchup. Probably more leaning to shootout, but we'll see. Shotgun here for Tom Brady. Zeke lined up beside him, takes the snap. beats him off the edge. Cam Jordan gets some pressure. He's going to sack him. And as I said earlier, Cam Jordan, obviously I was saying he was like, they have a great defensive line. I wasn't hating on their defensive line. Cam Jordan is actually an elite pass rusher, though, and he's going to be a tough one to block if you're the Big Ten. Cameron Jordan is probably the only one I believe that can get consistent pressure on Tom Brady, but at least there's someone going to be there. Eric Armstead could also do it off the edge, but I feel like he's drawing a very tough offensive tackle, and Cam Jordan's the best defensive lineman they have. 3rd and 13, which means they can just go after Tom Brady here. Shotgun for Tom Brady. Zeke lined up beside him. Takes the snap. 4-man rush. He has some time, but eventually he's pressured, but he's able to get it off, but it's going to be incomplete, trying to get it to Michael Thomas. It's going to bring a 4th and 13 for the 45-yard line. Awuzie actually making up for it against Michael Thomas and gets a big forced incompletion. And they're going to have to punt this ball away. And honestly, that could have been caught. It could have easily been caught by Michael Thomas. Unfortunately, for the Big Ten, he drops that one. 4th and 13, they're going to have to send their punter, Sam Cock, out onto the football field to punch this one away. And the kick is off. And it's just going to be about the 10-yard line. It's grabbed by Christian McCaffrey. It's going to be immediately tackled at the 12-yard line. And back onto the field comes Aaron Rodgers in this offense. And while the offense didn't go long last time, the defense gets yet another stop on the Big Ten. And this is looking like possibly a defensive matchup here early on, which is not something I would have predicted in this game. We're already 11 minutes in this game. We're only like 4.5 minutes into the actual gameplay. This could be one of the longer episodes I do here today, like in this Conference of Champions kind of series. Shotgun for Aaron Rodgers. Looks like probably a 4-man rush. Is a 4-man rush. Aaron Rodgers fires underneath. It's going to be caught by Brandon Cooks. I expect to hear the name Brandon Cooks here a lot today. Brandon Cooks has easily been one of the more productive receivers, at least one of the more consistent ones in the Pac-12 football team playoff run so far. And if the Pac-12 win this one, that'd be kind of crazy. It means all the major conferences outside of the SEC will have won a Conference of Champions championship, which is pretty insane. 2 tight end set. Under center is Aaron Rodgers. They're going to hand off to the outside of Christian McCaffrey. He's going to cut back inside for a gain of nothing. Sorry. 3rd and 4 coming up. 18-yard line. I just realized today is going to be the day that I am going away to college, guys. Not technically speaking, I'm moving into my dorm. We're going to go down to Orlando for a little bit. Shotgun for Aaron Rodgers, but technically speaking, they're going to go pass here. He fires it. It's going to be caught by dropped by Christian McCaffrey. I'm sorry. And they're going to have to punt this ball away with Johnny Hekker. Amos with the big forced incompletion there. I don't think it was going to be a first down anyways, but, it is incomplete. And that's what I think is going to be really interesting. Both these teams have some really great defenses. The game against the SEC, I would not say was a defensive holdout by the Pac-12. And I wouldn't really say that for the FCS Division III game either. But Johnny Hekker had to punt this one away. The punt is off. That's going to be settled around the 30-yard line. It's going to be returnable. Good move by Stephon Diggs. Going to get it to about the 43-yard line. About an 8-yard return on that play. Bring up a first down, about midfield already for the Big Ten Bengals. Oh, but Stephon Diggs gets injured on the return, and that could be crucial for the Big Ten moving forward. Michael Thomas is going to have to step up in that number 1 role, and Terry McLaurin's going to have to step up in that number 2 role. And that's going to make it a little bit easier on this defense to guard him. So we'll see. We'll see if anyone else gets some playing time out of this. 2 tight end set once again. Under center is Tom Brady. I bet they do use their tight ends more with Hawkinson. They're going to hand off to the outside of Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to fight his way, actually. Get about 5 yards on the run. Great to run by there by Jonathan Taylor. 4 yards, they mark him. But yeah, if Stephon Diggs doesn't return, that could be a huge loss for the Big Ten Bengals. Rather significant one here. An injury to the ankle is not something you can easily recover from. Shotgun for Tom Brady. Beside him is Jonathan Taylor. One tight end set. Takes a snap. Handoff to JT. He's going to get absolutely baked. Just absolutely destroyed. Comes DeForest Buckner up the middle. And DeForest Buckner is going to be a serious threat coming up the middle if you're the Big Ten Bengals. And brings up a 3rd and long here. 3rd and 8. And here, the Pac-12 has a chance to get another huge stop here. This could be the longest quarter I ever recorded for, honestly, because it seems like they're just punting the ball back and forth. The interception might turn out to be crucial here if it's this low-scoring game. 3 points could be a make-or-break difference. From the 45-yard line, Tom Brady out there. Jonathan Taylor beside him. If you're the defensive line, you got to get after him. He takes a snap, 4-man rush. He has time, plenty of time actually. Fires underneath to Jonathan Taylor, who somehow that guy misses the tackle, and that's got to be absolutely heartbreaking for the Pac-12. You had him right there, locked up, and you missed the tackle. Just like, I don't know what he's doing here. 25 has the tackle locked up. Jordan Poyer makes a big mistake there. He has a tackle for no gain on Jonathan Taylor. Terry McLaurin might actually see the field. Actually, he's going to see the field. He might actually see the ball here. I don't think he's yet to get a pass this playoffs. Under center is Tom Brady, 2 tight end set. They're going to hand off at the middle of Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to get stuffed for only about a gain of 2 yards on the play. Right now, Jonathan Taylor really has nowhere to go offensively on the ground. And right now, the defense for this team is playing so amazingly well for the Pac-12. And Pac-12 has been playing some phenomenal defense. So is the Big Ten, obviously. But it's more noticeable for the Pac-12 because they have 0 points on the board. And really, the only big play has been to Stephon Diggs, who's no longer on the football field. Under center here is Tom Brady once again, 2 tight end set. They bring Michael Thomas in a little bit of motion. He's going to go pass here. He has some time. He fires it. It's going to be to George Kittle to the 24-yard line. Great throw by Tom Brady. And yeah, you lose Stephon Diggs. Get it to your second best player on the receiving side of things, and that's George Kittle. And George Kittle's if he's drawing Shaq Thompson, no offense to Shaq Thompson, but I'm taking George Kittle a lot of those times. And yeah, this is going to be a tough one for the Pac-12 and trying to navigate who to send up against George Kittle. And honestly, I would love to send Eric Kendricks. If I am the Pac-12, Eric Kendricks is the man I choose to be guarding George Kittle on man-on-man coverage assignments, and that's simply because he actually has done a great job in coverage. Under shotgun, they're going to hand off to Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor tries to make a move, but he's going to get tackled for no gain on the play. DeForest Buckner, among others, there to get the tackle. Eric Kendricks, one of them. Credit with his first tackle of the ball game. Brings up a 2nd and 10. And Big Ten Bengals have a chance here, actually, to take the lead with a touchdown. But if you're the Pac-12, try and force the field goal here. Shotgun for Tom Brady once again. Takes the snap. Quick pass underneath to George Kittle. Going to get about 6 yards on the play. And if I'm the Pac-12, I'm figuring out ways to double-team George Kittle. Because right now, with no Stephon Diggs on the field, George Kittle has seemed like the only legitimate threat. Obviously, Michael Thomas and Terry McLaurin are threats, but it doesn't seem like Tom Brady really wants to go to them. He has complete faith in George Kittle, and I got to find ways to make him go to other players. He's going to go pass here. He has some time, plenty of time, actually. Eventually pressured by Vita Vea. There is a flag probably for holding. That's going to be incomplete. Is a flag for holding. An interesting choice here. Do you back him up? Probably just decline this, right? No, they actually accept it. No, they decline it. They decline it. So 4th and 4. Likely going to send out the field goal unit. Although, on the other hand, I don't know how often you're going to get down here if you're the Big Ten Bengals. Your offense hasn't really shown a lot of ability. But you're going to send out the field goal unit. The kick is off for Robbie Gould. And it is up. It's a 3-3 tie ball game here. Good kick there by Robbie Gould. And I'm surprised. I've really yet to. Actually, that's not true. I was about to say they've not had an injury to quarterback position in a while, like in the tournament wise. Since I remember, the only one I remember is in the Big Ten. The Big Ten was playing someone when they went to the Super Bowl for the first year. The first year I was doing it, Patrick Mahomes got hurt for a little bit, and Baker Mayfield had to take over for a hot second. But then I remembered Aaron Rodgers got hurt last year, and that's what really ruined the Pac-12's chances of going anywhere last year. So, yeah. So he did have a quarterback injury not that long ago. It could be returnable by CMC. He brings it up the middle. He's going to fight his way. Going to get it at the 29-yard line. Good return there by Christian McCaffrey. And I'm kind of interested to see, okay, on the field comes Aaron Rodgers once again. Yet to really get anything going offensively. Obviously, the injury to Nick Bosa hasn't done a lot. Again, I didn't expect it to. Nick Bosa barely saw the field as it was, which is why I think it was hard to determine if he really got hurt and later came back or not, because he was like third string anyways. It was just because the other guys were tired that he was even seeing the field. But yeah, I don't expect to see Ngakoue here a lot, but unless some injuries happen. Under center is Aaron Rodgers. Going to hand off to Christian McCaffrey, who's going to get absolutely just destroyed in the backfield for a loss of 2. And Cameron Hayward up the middle, absolutely destroys him. And yeah, Cincinnati has a lot more yards than the Pac-12 does. And they've definitely shown more life on offense, I would say. Neither team has been showing a lot of signs of life on offense. And honestly, it could be a very, very low-scoring ball game. 3-3, 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. But 3 tight ends set they bring out. Under center is Aaron Rodgers. Only receivers Keenan Allen. They bring Dalton Schultz in motion. They're going to go hand off to Christian McCaffrey, and he's going to run his way to the 30-yard line. 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 9. And if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I've gotten 1 first down. That was just throwing to Christian McCaffrey. I'd probably go Keenan Allen here. I would try and get it to. Shotgun for Aaron Rodgers. I just really don't know who to go to right now. Takes the snap. It's a screen pass to Christian McCaffrey. He has some blockers out in front of him. Makes a little bit of a move, but he's only ended up picking up 5 yards in the process. Tackle made by Micah Hyde. And, the Pac-12 is going to have to punt right back to the Big Ten offense. Thanks to some great defensive play. And some interesting call. Honestly, I don't go screen on 3rd and 9 because, I don't know. I go screen on 3rd and 5 maybe, or 3rd and longer. When you don't, but like 3rd and 9 is a very convertible down. I'm taking the ball really out of Aaron Rodgers' hands of making a good decision. Johnny Hekker out there to punt this one away, and he booms it all the way down to the 13 of the other team, and whoever returns that ball, I don't know who it is because it's no longer Stephon Diggs, gets to about the 16-yard line, and onto the field comes back the offense for the Big Ten. 3 minutes and 59 seconds left to go this first quarter. It's not going to be as long as I thought it was. I thought it was going to be super long, but looks like it's going to be around 27 to 28 minutes, which is it's longer than normally the other episodes they do, but not super longer, much longer. 3 minutes and 59 seconds left. The Pac-12 get another stop and force another punt in this first quarter. They're going to hand off at the middle of Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's going to drag their defensive tackle for about a 4-yard gain. 5-yard gain, actually, to mark him. 2nd and 5. DeForest Buckner gets the second tackle. 2nd and 5 coming up. 21-yard line. Can the Big Ten Bengals actually get a drive here going? Superstar X Factor. Okay, so Stephon Diggs is back, guys. I think. Unless that's a star. They send Zeke out in motion. Tom Brady out to pass. 4-man rush. He has time. He fires it. That's going to be caught on the sidelines by Stephon Diggs. He's back, guys. He's back. I'm excited. I'm so happy Stephon Diggs is... Actually, I'm sorry. That's not Stephon Diggs. That's Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin makes his first catch. I don't think Stephon Diggs is back yet, guys. I don't know if he's coming back. I forgot Terry McLaurin's like a superstar X Factor player. I think he is. So that's interesting. He hasn't seen the field enough to actually for me to know that. And I don't think Stephon Diggs is back. So I don't know. This is an interesting one. The only receiver like that is Terry McLaurin, I believe. They're going to bring Michael Thomas in motion. They're going to play action. He has time. He fires it deep down the field. Gets it to Terry McLaurin all the way down to the 22-yard line. And Terry McLaurin actually being used in this game. They lose Stephon Diggs, but Terry McLaurin proven that he has the ability of of offensive dynamite too. And he's wide open. One-on-one coverage, and they blow it. Terry McLaurin wide open, going down the field, all the way down to the 22-yard line. And yeah, this is what I'm saying. I mean, Terry McLaurin has the ability. I'm just surprised they hadn't used him before this game. Empty set for Tom Brady. 4-man rush by the Pac-12. Quickly out to, I believe, Terry McLaurin once again. Terry McLaurin becoming a favorite target of Tom Brady here. I believe the only people to have caught passes so far is like one pass to Jonathan Taylor, which was just throwing the ball out to Jonathan Taylor. And then you have 3 passes to George Kittle and 3 passes to Terry McLaurin. And you can definitely tell who the favorite targets of Tom Brady are so far. Shotgun for him once again. One tight end set. Takes the snap. He has time. He fires it over the middle. It's going to be caught by Jonathan Taylor, who keeps running through tackles. I think he picks up the first down. He does. What a great run after catch by Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor finally used in the past game. And can the Big Ten Bengals punch it in for the first touchdown of the game today? Or will they take a 6-3 lead, or will they take a 10-3 lead? Or maybe they'll make a mistake here. Under center here is Tom Brady. One tight end set. They're going to hand off to Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor has a hole, but Vita Vea is going to tackle him for only a gain of 2. And this is going to be interesting play calling down here. Obviously, you're going to try and get the ball to George Kittle. Is what we've got to assume that we're trying to do down here. He's a big body target. He's going to be tough to cover near the goal line. We'll see. 2nd and 8 coming up with 10-yard line. 10 yards to go from a touchdown and a 10-3 lead against the Pac-12 football team. Under center, once again, is Tom Brady. Jonathan Taylor lined up directly behind him. Takes the snap, outside handoff to Jonathan Taylor. And Jonathan Taylor's going to get tackled actually for a loss on the play. 2-yard loss. Great play made on the edge by Cam Jordan. And we're going to bring up a 3rd and 10 here. 51 seconds left. Great play made on the edge by Cam Jordan. Somehow all the players disappear on the sideline. That's not going to be good for depth, but we're going to bring up a big 3rd and 10 here. And the big Pac-12 football team has a chance to get a huge stop and force only a 6-3 lead instead of a 10-3 lead. Forcing field goals is huge at this point of the game, considering your offense has been inconsistent, to say the very least. Empty set for Tom Brady. 4-man rush by the Pac-12. He has some time here. Eventually going to be pressured up the middle. He fires it to the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. Unable to get his feet in bounds. It's going to bring up a 4th and 10. They're going to have to kick this field goal with Robbie Gould. And that's a big stop if you're the Pac-12. Big stop. Instead of being down by 7, you're down by 3 points. And Robbie Gould's kick is up and through the uprights. And this legitimately has the chance to be the lowest scoring championship game I've seen in I don't think ever. I think ever. It has a possibility of being the lowest scoring ever. It definitely does have that possibility. 23 seconds left to go in this first quarter of action. This episode's going to be over half an hour, which is way longer than most of the episodes, honestly. So, yeah, this was a long one, mainly because a lot of punts, not a lot of chewing of clock. But Pac-12 going to get a chance to match the 3 points that the Big Ten just scored. This is going to be returnable by Christian McCaffrey, and he's going to return it up the middle to the 20-yard line. Not the greatest choice at a return. 20 seconds left on the clock, so you're probably going to get about one play before the end of this first quarter of action. But out on the field, trots back Aaron Rodgers in this offense. that has been very unproductive, to say the very least. I believe they have 1 first down so far, not been able to get the ground game going at all. Keenan Allen has 0 catches. Robert Woods has 0 catches. Brady Cooks has 1 catch for like 4 yards. And Robert Gronkowski has 0 catches. So, honestly, not very productive here early on offense. Under center is Aaron Rodgers once again, 2 tight end set. They're going to pass here, actually, though. He has time. Eventually, scrambles out. He gets it off, though, to Rob Gronkowski. He was pressured. Gets it off to the 33-yard line. First down of the game to Rob Gronkowski. And that's the way we're going to end. Actually, second first down of the game, sorry. And that's the way you're going to end this first quarter of action, guys. Hey, everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. This is GGB, co-host Bumper saying adios, amigos. And join us for the second quarter.